Hi everyone, welcome to Blue Dragon Actuarial. So today is 31st of December 2022. Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope you'll be having a very wonderful and prosperous New Year. So moving on to the topic, as you have seen, also have a announcement. So I'll make that announcement at the end of the video. So stick with me at the end of the video, and this will be a very short video. So this is a follow-up video for this one, right? So I earlier posted a video where I have written TVOG or time value of option guarantee versus cost of guarantee. What is the difference, right? And in that, I have asked a question like, why is TVOG subtracted from VIP? VIP is the value of in-force in the not subtracted from VIP, while VIP, like VIP is a calculation. So in VIP, there is several components. One of the main components is present value of future profits. So from present value of future profits, the TVOG is subtracted, right? So I explained the difference between TVOG and COG in this video. If you have not seen this video, it's a very important video to get that conceptual clarity. Because I think this is something that even experienced people has no clue or clarity about. So you need to understand this, and once you understand this, then only this video would make sense for you, right? So you have to, first of all, you have to see this video, because the current video that I am currently shooting would be a follow-up video. So so just to recap the previous concept, suppose there is a base amount like 1,000, and you have and the insurer, as an insurer, you have guaranteed 1170, right? And these are the several simulations, several scenarios which can happen. And these are the interest rate that you can, or earning rate that you can gather, like 1 year. It's not necessarily that you have to invest in bond, you might invest in equity, etc., whatever, right? So based on that, you are generating an income of 6%, 6.5%. This is one simulation, and these are actually called scenarios. This should not be a simulation, but just for this example, just consider this as simulation only, right? Because you can consider that like one simulation would have a number of scenarios. You can consider that this is like one simulation in this case has only one scenario, right? So in that way you can consider this. So in the first case, right, if you start with 1,000, so starting fund is 1,000, and in the first case, simulation one, it becomes 1,208. There is no deficit because your guaranteed amount is 1,170. In the next case, is became 1,109, right? And there is a deficit because your guaranteed amount is 1,170. In the third case, it is 1,188. Once again, there is no deficit because, right, 1,170, and 1,158 is the last case where there is a deficit of 12, right? And the deficit, the cost of guarantee, because you obviously, when the insurance company is giving this guarantee, there was no requirement for the insurance company to give this guarantee, right? Because the insurance company is giving this guarantee, and because in these two cases the guarantee is biting, so that is the cost for the guarantee. So when you kind of take the average, 18 is the cost of guarantee, and that amount has to be kept alongside the reserve, so that in particular year the guarantee might bite, right? So that has to be kept alongside reserve, and that is called the cost of guarantee. Same concept as reserve, but that is called cost of guarantee, because there is, insurer has no need to kind of provide the guarantee, but the insurer has given the guarantee just to maybe get some additional profit, right? Or additional customer base, but because of that, that is biting, and that's why there is a guarantee involved, right? And what is time value of option and money? So in order to understand time value of option, we need to go to our that platform what I've shown earlier, that is called Opstra. So in Opstra, I'm not going to repeat the entire lecture last time, right? So that is because it's as you have seen, that is a 33 minutes video. I don't want to make this video 33 minutes as well. So so if you can recollect, an insurer is an option seller, right? So insurer do not want the market to go below. In this case, the insurer is an option seller. Insurer do not want the market to go below 1,000. So insurer is bullish, right? Insurer is expecting the market to go up, right? So they don't expect the market to go below 1,000, and that is the case here. So in this case, I've just taken an example. Say 14 November 2022 expiry, for which I am selling 18,350 put option, right? So when you buy put option, you are bearish, like you expect the market to go down, but when you sell put option, you expect the market not to cross this level, right? So, and that's, in this case, this is 18,350. In our Excel example, that is 1,000, or that is 1,170. Sorry, that is not 1,000, that is 1,170, right? So when the insurer makes profit, the insurer makes profit in this area, right? This is the, like, the premium. This is the premium, option premium 127, right? And in this for Nifty, the lot size is 50, so 127 into 50. So that is the profit, that the maximum profit that the insurer can make, right? But the insurer can lose infinite amount of money, right? But that is the maximum profit the insurer can make, and that is the concept of TVOG. So when if this option expire out of money, then it only has time value, right? It do not have implicit value. At a particular point of time, it has both implicit value and time value. Here it has more implicit value than time value, and here it has more time value than implicit value. But if the option expires, right, out of money, then it only has time value. The implicit value is zero in that case. And that's where I have, like, if you have recollect my previous video in, and that's why I mentioned, like, the TVOG and COG are two different concepts. Mathematically, they are different. Conceptually, they are different. Intuitively, they are different. But the only time they are same, like mathematically they are same, is when there is like the option, the in this case, like if the option expire out of money, right? So in that case, it would be same. So in this case, if in all scenarios, if in all scenarios there is no deficit, like, right, the COG, so in that case, the the TVOG would be equal to COG, right? So so why now this question is, that was a recap of the previous course. If you have any difficulty, because I explained it in a bit fast manner, it might not be clear, so you have to see the 33 minutes video where I've explained it in a proper manner, right? So that's where you have to kind of understand and explain, right? And understand what is going on there. But today's video is related to why TVOG is subtracted, right? So TVOG is time value of money, and as the time progresses, option seller, in this case the insurer, gain profit. Why the insurer gain profit? Because suppose an option has an expiry of 7 days, right? 4 days have passed, and then the underlying has not crossed the that level. Like in this case, the 1170 level, the underlying has not crossed that level after 4 days. And it is trading maybe at 1400, right? So there is no there is no chance that the from 1400 it will be coming below 1170, or there might be very limited chance. But so that's why at the start there is huge time value of money, and as as you proceed, the time value of money decreases, right? So the insurer realizes the time value of money. What the insurer wants, the insurer wants that it should not, that the guarantee should not bite at all, right? The cost of guarantee would completely be released in that case, right? So there should not be any portion of the cost of guarantee that would be required to pay anyone, right? So that's ideal scenario for insurer. That may not happen actually. So the insurer is a seller of option, right? And insurer gains the time value, like as and when the time moves, the insurer is gaining, right? The insurer is gaining the time value, and when it comes very close to the expiry, like when it, in this case, when it comes very close to the maturity, the insurer gains exponentially. The time value rapidly decreases, right? So it's not a linear curve. You can see this, right? You can see this blue line. It is not a linear thing, right? So as and when the time proceeds, the insurer gains rapidly, hugely, right? So why it is subtracted from VIP? Now VIP is a kind of a balance sheet item, right? It is calculated at a particular point of time. So VIP means, like, today is 31st December 2022, ideal time, right? This is the end of a quarter, end of a calendar year, right? So what is the VIP of a company at 31st December 2022? Say 2000, right? But the VIP of the company at 31st December 2021 might be different. It might be 1500, right? Because in this year they have added new business, they might have lost some business, etc., etc. Some more people have died, or some less people might have died, right? There might be profit and loss, etc., etc. So last year it was 1500. This year it is 2000. Maybe next year it will be 3500, right? So VIP is calculated particular point of time, right? But time value of money, the entire time value of money will be realized only when the entire portfolio of the insurer run up, like for those policies which the insurer has given the benefit, right? So in this case, suppose the insurer is here, right? So insurer has recognized the time value up till this point, maybe up to this point, but the remaining time value the insurer is yet to gain, because that time has not come, right? So up to this point, the insurer has recognized the time value of money, right? So when you are calculating the VIP, which is future profit, like, obviously, right, present value of VIP equal to present value of future profit minus the components. So present value of future profits, I mean all the profits that you have that you are supposed to gain from this business that is kind of factored in and the present value is calculated, right? So that includes the entire profit in this range, right? From maybe from let's just say if this is a time table, so from here to here, because this and you are standing, the valuation date is here, so you are standing at here this at maybe 19978, right? Just consider this as an example of time period, right? This actually represents the strike price of Nifty, but just to explain this, just consider this, that right now you are kind of here, 99 like triple one triple nine three, and this is where you will the portfolio will run off, right? So 22012. So all the profit that you are made, that you are going to make, has been factored in here, right? But you should not, like, because that time has not been spent, right? So the time value of although the insurer has recognized this profit from the time value of money, right? But the insurer should not be recognizing this profit from the time value of money, because that time has not passed, right? Only when the time will be passed, then only that TVOG would be like the option premium would only have TVOG, and if the option premium only have time value of money, then that belongs to the option seller, right? In this case, that would be the insurer, right? So that is the reason that TVOG is subtracted, because at a particular point of time there is still some time value of money which is left, right? And which is captured in the present value of future profit, right? But that should not be captured because you are calculating the WIP at a particular point of time, right? And the future time period time value of money should not be captured. That's why time value of money is subtracted, right? I hope that concept, why it is subtracted, that is clear. I'll also go to one of the answers that has been given. So Saurabh has given one of the answer where he has written, and first of all, let me appreciate Saurabh for writing the answer, right? Very few people has the guts to write the answer. Like one who writes this answer, as I mentioned, that person stand out, right? And unfortunately, I mentioned in my previous video that if you give the the correct answer for this for my seminar, for which I'll have the announcement later. So for that you will be we'll be having free entry, right? But unfortunately, Saurabh has not given the correct answer. But this this attempt sets him apart from the crowd, right? These are the type of people who would be going ahead, who will be becoming better actuaries in the future. People who are just seeing the video, understanding nothing, or understanding something but is not do not have the courage to write the answer, they are not going to go anywhere. So Saurabh mentioned, Ayarpan, according to my understanding, WIP is calculated based on current economic future yield assumption, and it's not based on weighted average multiple scenarios, right? And as you said, since the company has already provided the guarantee to the policyholder, he needs to calculate the expected deficit from multiple scenarios. So I think this is where he got slightly confused, and the answer is in a wrong direction. So what I think, he got confused over the scenarios, right? So obviously, when you are calculating WIP, it will be calculated only on one scenario. It is not calculated on multiple scenarios. Because why cost of guarantee is calculated on multiple scenarios? Because in one scenario, it might, like, if you just consider one scenario, then it might not bite you. Like, first, if you consider this scenario or this simulation, right? In this case, it is 1208, right? In this case, maybe this is the best estimate scenario. In this case, the guarantee is not biting, so you are not keeping any cost of guarantee, right? But that is not correct, right? That is not correct. So I mean, the because you don't know the future, right? The future might be this, and in that case there will be huge bite by the guarantee. So that's why for calculating cost of guarantee you need to take multiple scenarios, but when calculating the WIP you are calculating only on the basis of best estimate scenarios or best estimate assumptions, right? So in this case you are not calculating it based on multiple scenarios, right? So that you do when you are trying to test some ALM strategy, etc. But other than that, there is no point. So I think because the initial understanding that he tried to base his answer upon is wrong, that's why I think the answer is wrong. The answer, as I mentioned, would be because the insurer should not have realized the time value of money, which is already captured in the present value of future profit. Because of that, because the WIP is calculated at a particular point of time. So because of that, the time value of money needs to be deducted, right? So I think that is clear, but it's like the COG and TVOG are two different concepts. Like as I mentioned that they're different, but mathematically they can be same, right? When the option expire out of money, and I think that is what was probably important, that do not confuse these two concepts. COG is calculated in some other way, and time value of money is calculated in other way. It is represented by theta. I've shown the mathematical formula of theta in my previous video, and nobody needs to remember that. But if you want to calculate, you need to calculate the option price through Black-Scholes model, and then you need to know the implicit value, right? And then you need to calculate the theta, and from there, if you subtract, you will get the implicit value. So that's how we do the calculation, but no one is required to do that, right? So so I think that's it, right? I hope it is clear. And once again, big appreciation from my side for Saurabh. Very well done and very well attempted, right? I think, and the confusion that he had might be confusion for many people. So because he asked this question, I think that is clear. So for VIP, it is only calculated on one scenario, and yeah, I mean, it is not calculated on multiple scenarios, and you cannot just say that it is subtracted because it is giving a deficit, because that's not how FIP is calculated, right? You are just confusing the concept with COG, and that is not the case, right? TVOG is calculated based on one scenario only, best estimate scenario. Okay, so that's the end of this topic. I hope everyone has understood it. But I have an announcement, which is so tomorrow I'll be releasing a video for the actuarial seminar, which will be an offline seminar. So whenever I've started my YouTube channel, from that time period, I think many people, especially who are in Delhi, Gurgaon, they wanted to meet me and have some discussion. And I don't want to have clueless discussion, right? So I have some topic, and I conducted a post on LinkedIn for that. So what are the topics? The topics will be IFRS 17, right? Basics of IFRS 17. Maybe I'll touch the GMM model and some other concepts. So that topic received the maximum vote. So it will have the maximum duration. So it will be so the entire the seminar would be for 8 hours. It will be an offline seminar. And in case there is some COVID related thing happening, so in that case, we will make it online. And obviously, for offline, the fees would be slightly more, right? So you have to check out my tomorrow's video where I will answer these FAQs. Today is just a general announcement that I'm going to do that seminar on 22nd of Jan, because 26th, I was initially planning of this, but I think this is a 26th is a holiday, and many people might be out on this weekend. So I'm planning this on 22nd. Okay. So 22nd, and this is confirmed. And how to pay, and the fees would be 2,500 that I have decided. But that 2,500 may not be small for someone, right? So whether you are paying the hard-earned money, whether you should be paying, you should check out my videos in this channel and try to understand whether you should be paying your hard-earned money. And also along with that, suppose you felt like in many of the II seminars, after paying a huge amount, I felt that this seminars I already know all the concept, right? So if you feel something like that, right, then you can ask for the refund, and 100% of the money would be refunded to you without asking any question. Like no charges would be deducted, nothing would be done. I am not doing this seminar for making any profit, right? But it does involve a lot of mental energy, lot of preparation, etc. And that's why we need to. And also I need to invite serious people, because there will be few people who are just just for the sake of having that feel they would come if I keep the fees bare minimum. So I want to cover my expense, and maybe ensure that serious people come for the seminar. And this will be an offline seminar, as I mentioned. Maybe in future we'll go for online mode. But yeah, coming back to the topics, the first topic will be IFRS 17. It will be an 8-hour seminar. The lunch and the snacks would be on me. So yeah, so I think you need not worry about that. So this would be an 8-hour seminar. Out of 8 hours, maybe 1.5 hours would be in lunch and snacks. So 3 hours would be on IFRS 17, right? The next important topic, or the next topic that received the most vote, was actual software. And I think that would be 2 hours, right? So 3 and 2, 5 hours would be on the actual software. And I think this is the first time ever in the history of any actual seminar that an actual software would be covered. So I think for that I can call my seminar as the first one, right? So then after that we are left with, considering the 1.5 hour of lunch, we'll be having 6.5 hours, right? So we are left with 1.5 hours. So that would be reserved for jobs related Q&A, right? Many people has many questions, especially if you are fresher, you might have questions. And finally, actuarial trading. The how can we apply the concept of actual, like right now you have seen, I've just opened the site for Opstra, which is used for option buying, option trading, and that I am using to explain actual concept, right? So actually is a course on risk management, and you might want to look beyond job, right? So I'll not cover much detail because trading would be a separate thing, and trading I'll conduct separate seminar, and for different type of people, not for maybe a person who is more focused on actuary, but for a different sort of people. And I need to get to that level in trading as well, right? So there is some time for that, but yeah, I mean those topic would be covered. So IFRS 17, actual software, these are the main topic. And then there would be jobs related Q&A, and final would be the actual software. Okay. And there will be one more speaker. I will not reveal the identity of the speaker right now, along with me. So that's it. And please watch out for the video tomorrow. Here, there will you'll be able to see the all the FAQs. And if you still have any further questions, so I'll have a Zoom call set up maybe on Wednesday, and on the next Saturday as well. So the duration of the registration would be from 1st to 15th, right? So from 1st to 15th, all the registration should be completed so that I can book the room. And in case some COVID related emergency happens, right? So then we'll go online. The date will still remain the same, but obviously out of 2,500, I will not require the 2,000 rupees, right? So then I will refund the 2,000 rupees, and 500 will be kept with me, right? So I think that's enough, and remaining detail would be available in the tomorrow's video, which will be released sometime in the night tomorrow, right? Happy New Year once again. I hope you have, you are liking the content. If you like the content, please like the video. Don't leave without liking the video. That helps my video get more views. So please do that. And if you are seeing this video for the first time, uh, please subscribe to my channel. I believe that this is the first channel in the world for actuary where the concepts are focus is on concept rather than interviewing how to clear exam, and interviewing fellow actuaries. So that is also done here, but I mean the more focus is on concept. So because I have seen people who are not that good in concepts, right? And yeah, see you in future videos. Thanks for watching this video.